Okay, my friends, I want to read out from John 9. It's about history where we can understand how Jesus sees the way that um, if if the burdens of our parents, of uh, the people in our families, the elders, if they sinned, is this whole are these burdens also upon our own shoulders? So is it so that this guilt goes from generation to generation only because we are the children of these parents? Is it that case? I want to read out from John 9 to tell you what Jesus says in here, because I think this is too important to just, ignore these facts and words from Jesus himself. I'm starting to read. As he passed along, he noticed a man blind from his birth. His disciples asked him, "Rabbi, who sinned, this man or his parents, that he should be born blind?" Jesus answered, "It was not that this man or his parents sinned, but he was born blind in order that the workings of God should be manifested, displayed and illustrated in him. We must work the works of him who sent me and be busy with his business while it is daylight. Night is coming on, when no man can work. As long as I am in the world, I am the world's light." When he had said this, he spat on the ground and made clay mud with his saliva, and he spread it as an ointment on the man's eyes. And he said to him, "Go wash in the pool of Siloam," which means sent. So he went and washed and came back seeing. When the neighbors and those who used to know him by sight as a beggar saw him, they said, "It is not the man who used to sit and beg?" Some said, "It is he." Others said, "No, but he looks very much like him." But he said, "Yes, I am the man." So they said to him, "How were your eyes opened?" He replied, "The man called Jesus made mud and smeared it on my eyes and said to me, 'Go to Siloam and to wash.' So I went and washed, and I obtained my sight." They asked him, "Where is he?" He said, "I don't know." Then they conducted to the Pharisees the man who had formerly been blind. Now it was on the Sabbath day that Jesus mixed the mud and opened the man's eyes. So now again the Pharisees asked him how he received his sight. And he said to them, "He smeared mud on my eyes, and I washed, and now I see." Then some of the Pharisees said, "This man, Jesus, is not from God, because he does not observe the Sabbath." But others said, "How can a man who is a sinner, a bad man, do such signs and miracles?" So there was a difference of opinion among them. Accordingly, they said to the blind man again, "What do you say about him, seeing that he opened your eyes?" And he said, he must be a prophet." However, the Jew did not believe that he had really been blind and that he had received his sight until they called, summoned the parents of the man. They asked him, "Is this your son, whom you reported as having been born blind? How then does he see now?" His parents answered, "We know that this is our son and that he was born blind. But as to how he can now see, what we do not know, or who has opened his eyes, we do not know. He is of age. Ask him. Let him speak for himself and give his own account of it." So as you can see, it's about a big discussion between the Pharisees, who are about to judge Jesus for doing miracles and healing this man who was blind from his birth, so when he was a young man. And yeah, it's always about these discussions, what Jesus did so wrong in the eyes of the Pharisees, and so on. And we can see here that this man, he was blind, but it's not that it's because of the guilt from his parents. I mean, what kind of God would we serve if the kids, every child that is born, has to bear the burdens of the parents, the guilt of them for their own sins? If this would be the case, then I guess we all would have been paralyzed and sick in our hearts and so on, physically, but it's not that case. We have a righteous God, we have a loving God, and He's not judging the kids because of their parents or what they did right or wrong. So He gives everyone a new chance, a new beginning from the start, even though we have to suffer in this world. I just wanted to encourage you with it, because it also speaks about doing miracles because of faith, only because of Jesus' faith, and that He was God. He could do these miracles on earth, and still they judged Him for healing a man on the Sabbath, only because this was one of the rules in the Old Testament from Moses. And yeah, we always have to think about that Jesus always exchanged the thinking in case of these old rules. And there are so many discussions between Jesus and the Pharisees and their superficial faith before human sight. Yeah, their wrong hearts. And yeah, it's actually very sad, but I think this is this also has its own purpose in the Bible and also in the lives, in our daily lives today. So yeah, just wanted to encourage you with these verses. You can also read about from verse 35 to 38, because these are very significant verses also in this chapter.